The power of being alone, personal growth through solitude. Have you ever paused to think about the immense power of being alone in a world where we're constantly bombarded with distractions, notifications, and the expectations of others? There is a profound sense of peace and transformation that comes from embracing solitude. It may sound paradoxical, how can being alone lead to growth when we are so often told that we need others to succeed or feel complete? But the truth is, solitude is not about loneliness. It's about liberation. The world today tries to fill every moment with noise, whether it's work demands, social pressures, or the endless cycle of entertainment. And in that chaos, we often lose touch with ourselves. We spend so much time catering to the needs of others, fulfilling our obligations, or staying busy just to avoid the discomfort of being alone with our thoughts. But think about it, what if the secret to unlocking your true potential, finding inner peace, and transforming your life lies in stepping away from all the noise? What if everything you've been searching for could be discovered in the moments of silence, when you choose to face yourself, without distraction? In those quiet, reflective moments that true self-awareness is born. In solitude, you are free to explore your own thoughts, desires, and fears without external influence. Solitude allows you to reclaim the most precious resource you have, your attention, and direct it inward. When you do that, you stop being a product of your circumstances, of the roles others have imposed on you, and you begin to listen to the voice inside that knows exactly what you need to grow. But here's the thing, solitude is not easy. It's not simply about finding a quiet space and zoning out. To truly embrace solitude, you need to face the discomfort that often arises when you are left alone with your thoughts. It's easy to distract ourselves with constant chatter, with social media, with work, or even with small talk with friends. But true growth happens in the silence, when you can hear the whispers of your deepest desires and confront your own struggles. It's in those moments of discomfort, when you feel vulnerable or uncertain, that you are forced to confront the most important questions in life. Who am I? Really, what do I truly want? Am I living my life with purpose, or am I just going through the motions? If we look at the wisdom of the Stoics, philosophers who dedicated their lives to cultivating wisdom, virtue, and inner peace, we find that they understood the value of retreating into solitude. They didn't advocate for isolation, but they recognized the necessity of stepping away from the distractions of the world in order to gain clarity and focus. Marcus Aurelius, for example, regularly retreated to his thoughts and writings, finding peace in solitude amidst the pressures of ruling the Roman Empire. He was aware that in order to lead with wisdom, he needed to cultivate an inner stillness that came only from quiet reflection and contemplation. Marcus Aurelius believed that external events are outside our control, and the only thing we can control is our response. So, when life becomes overwhelming, when you feel as though you're being pulled in every direction, the best thing you can do is to withdraw, if only for a short time, to reset and realign yourself with your values. In solitude, you no longer react to the world, but you learn to act with intention, based on your own principles and truths. This idea of withdrawing to recalibrate is not just for ancient emperors, it's something we can all benefit from today. In our modern world, we're constantly pulled in a million different directions, chasing after approval, recognition, and external validation. We measure our worth by how many likes we get on social media, how many emails we send, or how busy we are at work. But all of this activity is often nothing more than noise that drowns out our ability to hear our own thoughts, to listen to our inner voice, and to reflect on what truly matters. The first step in embracing solitude is acknowledging that you are enough just as you are. You do not need external validation to feel worthy. This is a powerful realization. In solitude, you learn to value yourself independently of others' opinions or expectations. This is a process of self-liberation, freeing yourself from the approval of others and learning to trust your own judgment. The more time you spend alone, the more you start to realize that you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You are already enough. And when you accept this truth, you unlock the space for true self-growth to flourish. In solitude, we're given the opportunity to reflect deeply on our values, our decisions, and our actions. We can ask ourselves, are the things I'm doing in alignment with the person I want to become? Am I living my life with intention? So often, we move through life on autopilot, following the path set out by others or by society. But when we step into solitude, we break free from the inertia of the world and gain the clarity we need to define our own path. This idea of self-reflection is not just about sitting in silence and waiting for answers to magically appear. It's about engaging in honest introspection, about evaluating the decisions we've made, and being willing to face the uncomfortable truths about ourselves. This process of self-examination may bring up feelings of guilt, regret, or fear, but these emotions are not to be avoided. They are simply indicators that there is something within us that needs to be addressed, healed, or changed. True growth occurs when we are willing to sit with these uncomfortable emotions, to face them head-on, and to take responsibility for our actions. It is through this process that we learn to shed old habits, beliefs, and thought patterns that no longer serve us. This is where the real transformation takes place. In the Stoic tradition, there is a concept known as amor fati, which means the love of fate. It teaches us to embrace everything that happens in life, including the hardships and challenges, as necessary parts of our journey. Solitude is an ideal time to reflect on the concept of amor fati, because in those quiet moments, we are able to reflect on our past, accept what we cannot change, and learn to love the journey that has led us to this moment. But this is not about passivity. The Stoics also taught that we must be active participants in our own growth. Solitude is a tool for personal empowerment because it forces us to confront the present moment and our role within it. It gives us the time and space to take ownership of our lives, to make conscious decisions, and to take deliberate action toward becoming the person we want to be. Another important benefit of solitude is the opportunity it provides for inner strength. As you spend time alone, you learn to rely on yourself for comfort and guidance, rather than constantly seeking it from others. You begin to develop an inner fortitude, a resilience that comes from knowing you can handle life's challenges without depending on external support. This strength allows you to become more independent, more self-sufficient, and more confident in your ability to navigate the world. In the quiet moments of solitude, you may also discover a deep sense of peace. When the external noise fades away, you are left with nothing but the present moment. And in this moment, you begin to realize that peace is not something you need to search for externally. It is something that resides within you, waiting to be uncovered. The more time you spend in solitude, the more you learn how to cultivate this inner peace, which becomes a foundation for everything else in your life. One of the most profound realizations that comes from spending time alone is that you begin to understand your own desires and motivations. You stop living according to other people's expectations and start pursuing what truly excites and fulfills you. No longer are you living in response to others' needs or opinions. Instead, you are living in alignment with your own values and passions. And when you begin to pursue what truly matters to you, the world around you starts to align with your vision. Solitude also allows you to break free from the comparison trap. In today's world of social media and constant connection, it's easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others. But when you step away from these external pressures and spend time alone, you stop measuring your success against other people's lives. You learn that your journey is unique, and the only comparison that truly matters is between who you are today and who you were yesterday. The Stoics often spoke of the importance of living in accordance with nature. And when you spend time alone, you are reconnecting with the natural rhythm of your own life. You are giving yourself permission to slow down, to reflect, and to align with the deeper truths that govern your existence. It's in this state of stillness that you can hear your own inner voice, guiding you toward the path that is most aligned with your soul. The final lesson that solitude teaches us is that it is okay to be alone. There is no shame in solitude. In fact, it is a necessity for personal growth and self-discovery. The more comfortable you become with being alone, the more you realize that you don't need anyone else to complete you. You are already whole. And this realization is not only liberating but empowering. You are capable of everything you need, and in the quiet moments of solitude, you come to understand that all you ever needed was within you all along. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember this. The answers you seek are not outside of you, they are within. Take a step back, embrace the silence, and reconnect with the person you truly are. In solitude, you'll find your strength, your peace, and your true path.